Hi and welcome to AFTV. I've got Robbie with me. We've just been FC Zurich 1-0 here at the Emirates Stadium. We thought it would be a higher scoreline, a lot of us before the game, but job done 1-0 in the end, Robbie.
It's just job done because it wasn't a good Arsenal performance. You know what I mean? We looked disjointed. We were, to be honest, I didn't think it was a great performance at all. But it's just all about getting the job done, getting the result. We're top of the group. Where we avoid your Barcelonas and your Juventus and Ajax. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of big teams dropping out of the Champions League, and with this new format where you got to play off with one of those teams, you don't want that. You don't want, especially. I think if you were playing them in the next couple of weeks, they'll be feeling down because they're out of the Champions League. But you're not. You're playing them after the World Cup when everyone's come back. They'll be refocused and think to themselves, all right, we got knocked out of the Champions League, but now let's go and win the Europa League to get back in it. So I think, it was very, very important to top the group, and we've done that. And so, but yeah, it wasn't a great performance, and nobody really stood out. I was a bit disappointed with some of the players that came in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not even Tierney, Robbie.
No, I don't class Tierney as a player that's coming in. I class Tierney as a first teamer. I know he hasn't started a lot of games recently, but for me, Kieran Tierney's a first teamer. I'm more looking at some of the other players like Sambi Lokonga, Eddie Nketiah, some of these guys that, I thought Rob Holding did well. Rob Holding played well. I thought Mohamed El Neni was very good, when you consider how long he's been out. He was solid.
These players have come in and done well.
But some of the other players that came in, Fabio Vieira was a little disappointing. Nobody really came in and said to the manager, is a problem for you for the weekend. You know what I mean? So, and I think it is always really difficult because, it's 7 changes. But this is how football works. You've got to seize these opportunities. These are your chance where you're starting the game and you're playing from the start to the end. It's a bit unfair, but that's how it is. You've got to seize the opportunity, and I don't think none of them did.
Do you not think Kieran Tierney, even with that goal, was knocked on the door to maybe make if he's fit for Sunday?
Kieran Tierney, as I said, to me, he's a first-team player. So, he's reminded Mikel Arteta that he can start, and I thought he's very good today. He was our best player. He created stuff. He scored a great goal. He was putting in some nice crosses. He looked sharp today, so that was a big plus.
Big plus. Let me talk about the mentality from Arsenal. Is it a concern now that we go 1-0 up quite early on? I know against Nottingham Forest we went 1-0 at half time and we came back and won 5-0, but we've gone into a pattern of going 1-0 up and then not killing off teams. Is that a worry still?
Yes. No, because we still won. You know what I mean? And we've only lost 1 game this season, right? You know what I mean? We lost 2 games. We lost 1 game in the Europa League, 1 game in the league.
Yep.
So listen, we all stand there sometimes and sing 1-0 to the Arsenal. Listen, if we go there on Sunday against Chelsea and it's 1-0, I'm happy. Okay. I mean, I'll take the 1-0. Listen, I'll be nervous as hell watching it. I'd love us to be 3-0 up and coasting, but we know football don't work like that. It's about having that mentality that when you're sort of, you're winning 1-0, make sure you don't concede.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing at the moment. So that's a good sign. That's a good trait,
Okay, let me round off by asking. Listen, last week we were here, and you're speaking to the fans. You're saying about winning the Premier League. Can you believe? Do you believe? I know we're looking forward, and we're going to look at the Europa League now. Robbie, do you see Arsenal with the World Cup being there, the fixture schedule, the squad depth? Do you see Arsenal going maybe to the final or potentially win this Europa League?
The Europa League is going to be difficult to win. I always say it's difficult because I think it's the most ridiculous competition on the face of this earth that you can have a team that's not even finished runners up. They finish 3rd in their group and they can drop into this. It's ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous. It's a competition that's just about money. It's made for money. Why are Barcelona, Ajax and Juventus, they didn't even finish runners up. They're 3rd. How the hell are they dropping into a competition which you'll have a team now that goes through to the next stage of the Champions League knockout stages, they lose and they're out.
Yeah, but then
And maybe they might finish, I don't know, 5th in their league and they don't get into the Champions League next season. And then the team that finished below them in 3rd, dropped into the Europa League, could go all the way and win it and go into the Champions League. Tell me how that makes sense. It's all about money. Yeah, I mean, it's the most ridiculous competition there is. I want to win it. I want to win it, but I hate the competition because of that, because I just think it's a contrived competition. It's ridiculous. And that's why it's so hard to win. Because I remember that year we was in the Europa League, we were going along nicely, then Atletico Madrid dropped in.
I remember
With Griezmann and all these stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. The competition is, to me, is a flawed competition, but it's the competition we're in, and we got to try and win it. We got to try and sorry.
Why is it flawed?
Saying why is it flawed?
It's flawed because
what
what I just said. You know what I mean?
No, we get the drop down, right?
Yeah.
Does that not give us the opportunity to turn around and say to the drop down, we should be the ones who were there in the first place?
No, of course. Listen, of course, we want to win it. Yeah. Of course. So the aim is to win it. I'm just saying that for me, when I look at it, I don't see if you look in any other sport. You show me a competition where somebody can finish 3rd, and then they say, "Oh, yeah, you're out of that, but as a consolation, we're going to make you go into another competition that you can win. When you're out, you're out."
Is it not still a trophy though?
It's still a trophy.
And is it still money?
It's exactly what I said. It's still a trophy. I want to win it. For me, the big prize at the end of it is getting into the Champions League,
Absolutely.
right? But it's a flawed competition.
So may I ask you a question, please, Robbie?
Yeah, you can.
Is the road to Budapest on?
The road to Budapest is definitely on.
There you go!
We just want to hear you believe, Robbie. We just want to hear you say yes, we can do this.
You know what it is, right? Listen, I want to win it. Like, my main focus is the league.
Cool.
The league, right? Yeah, I mean, because you know what? I honestly think if we beat Chelsea and we beat Wolves, the next 2 games, we go into that World Cup break still on top of the league. Right?
It should be.
We have got an unbelievable chance of winning the league. I said to Turkish a couple of days ago, then if we are in and around, which we're going to be, in and around that, strengthen again in January and have a right go at winning this league. Because we may never be in a position like this for years. So let's go for it, man. Let's go for it.
Thank you, Robbie.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.